Welcome back for Season 19, War number 2. DSVG is up against the Matrix family, and our first fight here is on the mini-boss on the left-hand side. Count Striker Fury against the Champion. I did forget to record the very first fight of this war, so I am 2 defeats down already against this node. I was facing an Ebony Maw, and he is an absolute pest on that node. I just don't have a good counter for him. But we'll know that for future wars, as I won't be taking that again if he's there. So I'm just boosting up big. I'm a little bit concerned about this fight based on the previous fight, but this one is a lot easier than Ebony Maw. I just have to worry about keeping the champion's buffs and whatnot under control. So I'm just going to be playing around the node, not really worrying about the combo meter. He can build up some passive furies if he wants, but I'm just going to get to an SP3 and get the fight under my control. So getting a stagger off first of all, just to make sure that if he does get any buffs like the Unstoppable or Furies, they don't proc and cause me any grief. So here I am nullifying the 66% armor node, as it can be quite beefy and reduce your attack by quite a fair bit. So we now got to an SP3. I'm just going to push him a little bit more power here, just so I can get some more power in return after this is fired. The aim now is just to get another SP1 off, race to an SP2 and then nuke him down. So I am hopeful that the armour doesn't kick in for too long in order to reduce my damage. As you can see, I'm doing some pretty hefty damage with that Fury buff up. And now we're back to an SP2. This should end him. Because that armour proc back up again, it is beefy, but the Incinerates got him in the end. And on to fight number 2. So here we're against an EMP mod mini Gilly 2099. So I have brought in my 6-star rank 2 Corvus just to nuke her down. I'm not running suicides, as it doesn't benefit all my champions across AQ and war. Now I'm hopeful of getting him to rank 3 very soon. I am 3000 shards off a T5 CC. So here I'm just trying to play around the invisibility that she's got. If she does get that and I do throw a medium or even a light, she can nuke me down. She does have a pretty nasty damage when you're facing her. So here I'm just concerned about the SP2. I don't want her to fire it off, as it still does damage to me, even though it's the only fight I need Corvus for. Still want to make sure that I end her and not die again. There we go. She's down pretty quickly. Corvus is great against her. It is a lot of fun. It's going to be amazing with a rank 3 when I can do that. So on to the last fight. We're going on to path 2 again. This is my usual path for this season. I've got Hyperion. So Doom is up again. I'm not going to be playing around the combo meter on this node, and I'm just going to be playing a regular Doom fight. Keep the staggers on as much as possible and suppress his power. You will see here that my power does get suppressed quite a bit because of the node. I should probably be playing around this, but it is what it is, and I decided not to. So I'm going to pop on an invulnerability boost just in case that I get slapped with an SP3. I don't want another death on this war. It's already been quite expensive on the potions, and they are blinking expensive. So we're just going to get a stagger off. We're going to use Doom's signature ability here when his power gain procs to gain a burst of power. This only really works if you're playing around a node, don't have power suppression on you, and you're nullifying his buffs. But here I'll get to an SP3 once in this fight. The rest of the fight will just be me playing with no power like I did with Colossus. He is my preferred option for this node, as I don't really need power for it, but I won't be choosing Colossus if there is a power gain champion on here, as it's just a little bit more annoying and can go sideways. So I'm just going to be baiting out as many specials as possible, trying to keep stagger on as much as possible. It's not always okay. I can't always do it because he's close to 3 bars of power. Even though I could eat a special, I wasn't really thinking about that. I don't really want to risk losing a charge just for the sake of it. What happens if I miss a parry, as I've been doing sometimes this season, or missing an intercept like I nearly did there, it would give me that safety net. So here I nearly threw a heavy to hit a stagger on, but I thought against it because he is so close to 3 bars of power. So I now do need to get the invulnerability boost off him. From being a defensive champion, they are running stubborn. And there we go, block a hit. I really should have parried that rather than block a special. But this is the last fight of the war for me, and the last fight of Doom. My health doesn't really matter. And there we go, Hyperion is down with no bother. Now we did go on to lose this war, I'm afraid. It was tight. Matrix Family did really well. So we are 1 win and 1 loss from our 2 wars this season. But so on to the next one, and hopefully a win. Nowhere near the MVP brackets, as I was hopeless this war. And I hope you enjoyed this short war video, and tune back in for war number 3. Take care guys, and have a good night.